Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Roger with Tree Life Tree Service, 584 Tree. And have you noticed the last video I had purchased 3 saws. I purchased the top handle 201 TC with the 16-inch bar that comes stock. I purchased a pole saw with the Micro Mini 14-inch blade, and I purchased the Stihl pole saw, the extended pole saw, also with the just with a 14-inch blade. Today I cut down a large dead oak tree, and I was using the I decided to go up with the 201 TC top handle saw from Stihl, and I also brought up the pole saw with the Micro Mini blade 14-inch. And I'm like, I was able to make about 20 cuts maybe with the pole saw, and then I had to use the top handle saw, the 201 TC, because I had some limbs over top of houses, over top of fences, over top of cable and power lines, so I had to control the cuts. And I was not impressed with the pole saw. I thought the Micro Mini blade, it was smaller, it would cut faster, and it would increase my production time, but it did not. It actually slowed me down. It even had the bigger motor on it, so I was thinking maybe because of the smaller chain I would be able to, kind of laser cut through quicker. But I noticed when I pushed on the saw, I felt like it was slipping, and it didn't have it can only cut so fast. So I just wanted to give it a chance, give it a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and, if I can, switch it over to the regular Pico blade, the 16-inch, and I think I can cut a lot faster. I also switched back to the 194T, which has the regular Pico 16-inch bar and chain, and I think the 201 TC top handle saw has a lot of potential. It does cut good, it has plenty of power, but I think the bar is holding it back. Also too, there's a weight difference, a little bit heavier, and I noticed I ran out of fuel very quickly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the saw, the 201 TC, but I'm going to put the 16-inch Pico on there, and I think that will change the saw. I'm going to use it for basically when I have to cut bigger pieces and when I'm working my way towards the bottom of the tree. But as far as I switched back to the 194T with a 16-inch Pico, and I actually liked it better because it wasn't even any bar and chain, but it was sharp, and I was able to maneuver, and it just felt better in my hand. It's a little bit lighter saw, but it actually cuts just as good on the smaller material. So it's a lot better. I think when you're in positions where you have to hold on the material, you have to cut a limb and you have to hold it and toss it. The saw is a lot lighter, it's more maneuverable, and it cuts almost as fast. If you take a 194T and a 201 TC, if you put the Pico bar, the 16-inch bar, the thinner bar and chain on the 194T, it cuts almost like the stock 201 TC. And you're talking almost a double price difference between the Pro Saw and the regular top handle. So if I actually I don't really have a preference on those two saws until I change out the bar and chain, because there's almost no difference in speed of cut, power. The saws are very close. It's indistinguishable as far as speed of cut. I can tell the 201 TC has more power, but it's held back by the thicker bar and chain. So I'm going to have to switch them out. I switched them out last night just to see if they were compatible, and they were. So I didn't get a chance to do that today because we were in a hurry and I wanted to get everything done. So on the next job, I might even, I'm going on vacation soon, so I might just do a comparison cut between the two saws as they are, and do a comparison cut with both chainsaws with the same bar and chain, so you guys can see the difference in speed of cut, and try to do the same material, the same piece of wood, and maybe side by side. So I just wanted to let you guys know and basically talk about it while it was fresh in my memory, because I just got done a few hours ago and I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, I'm like, that those two saws there's not much difference. It's indistinguishable until I change out that bar. So if you guys want to spend a little less money and just get the Pico bar, I think you would be satisfied until I change that bar out. And I don't think it's going to be much faster. It's going to have a little bit more power, and it's going to cut a little bit faster, but it's a little bit heavier as well, and it feels a little heavier in the hand. It's not quite as agile. It's a little more awkward. And also too, I was surprised, like I said before, how fast it ran out of fuel. So I'm going to have to use it a couple more times with the different bar and chain on it, and see if I run through fuel as quickly as I did with the bigger bar, and also to see if it has any more speed of cut. So I know I'm probably repeating myself, but those are the biggest comparisons I can think of, and I was kind of disappointed. For twice as much money, I don't think I got my money's worth. So I'm hoping when I change out the bar, I'll change my mind. So anyway, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews. Next time we're going to be using the extended pole saw, and I'm going to try to go to Zach's or try to go to another Stihl dealer and see if I can switch out that Micro mini bar and chain, because I am not a fan. That would be good for pruning and non-productivity work. If you're just trimming around your house, or you just have a few things to trim and it's small and you don't need to push it, if you put any pressure at all, you can tell that chain and that sprocket is under major load and it's wearing it out. And when I do that with the other bar and chain, it doesn't do that. It just actually cuts faster. The more pressure you put on the Micro Mini, it doesn't cut any faster. I spun it upside down and pushed downwards like I normally do on the other saw. It did not cut any faster, and it just started making a lot of noise, like it was almost like the sprocket was missing, or it was spinning a little bit, or didn't sound good. So I had to take off the pressure and just allow it to cut as fast as it wanted to. So I do not recommend that Micro Mini bar unless you're basically maybe trimming palm fronds, or just doing very, very light trimming, and you do not need to do any type of removals, and you're not under any type of production, because if you push that bar and chain and that sprocket, I think it's going to fail. And you're just going to be frustrated and wore out by the end of the day. So anyway, that's all I had to say on that. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll keep at it and hopefully give you a more detailed description of the 201 TC with the bar that I like to use. So I hope these tips help you guys out. If you're not familiar, I run Tree Life One LLC 584 Tree. I've been doing tree work for over 20 years. I've been running a bucket truck for like 15 years. I've been climbing for about almost 20 years. I've used mainly Stihl and Husqvarna, Echo, but mainly Stihl and Husky. I'm very familiar with most of their top handle saws, and I've ran a lot of the older equipment, some of the newer stuff, but once I find something I like, I stick with it. Like I said before, I just use a Stihl top handle. I use a Stihl regular pole saw, and I use the extended pole saw, and that does 90% of most of our cuts. I do run a 311 and a couple other big saws, non-commercial. I've ran commercial saws before, but like today, I've done most of my cuts. I just put a bigger bar on the 311. We're running a 24 and a 28 bar today. Got the job done. I only had to make about 4 cuts with it. The rest of the cuts were made with the pole saw and the top handle. So we've pretty much simplified our tree service. We try to keep basically 1 bar and chain on all the top handles and all the pole saws, and then 1 or 2 bigger bars and chains for the bigger saws. We carry 2 big saws on the truck, and the rest of them are top handles and pole saws. It makes it very simple, easy to replace and exchange. All the big saws can run the same bar and chain. All the small saws can run the same bar and chain. That's why we keep it that way. It just makes it a lot simpler. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, crush the like button, and we'll try to bring you more things to help you out and make your life easier doing tree work. Have a great day. God bless.